Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glenn Tan speaking. This time, I'm going to talk about GRID Multi VRF, short for GNV, the noise troubleshooting. During this presentation, I will show you the typical noise of the outdoor unit and indoor unit. And also, I will offer you how we handle this noise in China domestic market, just for your reference. And for better understanding and for better listening, I recommend to wear the earphones, and also you need to listen carefully. This presentation divides into these 5 parts. I put the corresponding video linkages at the below description area just for your convenience. Focus on the high and low frequency outdoor unit noise. Next, we will go to the compressor low frequency noise. And first, play a video for your reference. And also from this video, you can find that just due to the compressor low RPM, which is the low frequency, the noise become depressing and sometimes continuously, just like boo 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 and hoo hoo hoo. And the compressor vibration also are significant at this noise. And from our sound lab text result, you can also find that this part, it just makes the noise here. And also this noise will become longer if the compressor RPM is not that high, and with this one we can get higher penetrability and also extend the distance and higher reverberation. So, and first you may ask why the compressor need to lower its frequency, and this is because in park low condition, especially at night, the outdoor ambient temperature is not that high, which means the compressor will not keep high RPM to keep fully output, especially when your setting temperature is not that high. And when your room temperature reach the setting or close to the setting temperature, and the compressor will lower its frequency to avoid the overcapacity. And our research is that the compressor, when you do the troubleshooting, you need to focus on the frequency from 15 to 40 Hz. The first reason is that the outdoor unit shell become resonance with the compressor or the fan. Actually, in the factory state of the outdoor unit, we already make the parts, which is the shell and the compressor and fan, the inherent frequency. We already make it to be different to avoid the resonance. However, during the transportation or the installation, these parts may become deformed or damaged, and also its inherent frequency also change, and this leads to the resonance. And also, I will play a sample noise for your reference, just like this. You can find that during the operation, the noise is very significant, right? So the countermeasure for this one is to find out the unacceptable compressor frequency. You can check by the portable debugger or the portable or the debugging software on your PC to find out what frequency is the most unacceptable. And also the method is by change the indoor unit setting, like turn on the indoor unit's quantity, and also change the setting temperature and fan speed. And then when you find out the compressor RPM, at that time the noise is become the most unacceptable, then at that time you can press the panel with your hand to check whether this can improve or lower the noise or not. If it is okay, you can you can adhere the damping block at the back of the panel as countermeasures.
I will show you an example how to change on the step 2, just like this. You can find that when you release your hand on the outdoor unit panel, the noise becomes significant, right? And when you press it, the noise just disappeared. And this is the resonance.
And the next is the second reason is the resonance with the soundproof cotton and the pie line. And just like these pictures, you can also find it, and also here. And for the soundproof cotton, especially between the compressor and the pie line, you need to ensure at least it has the space. And also the countermeasure for it is also first to find out the unacceptable compressor frequency, and then to check whether the pie line inside the outdoor unit, especially the compressor suction side and discharge, which is the vibration is the most severe, and also the soundproof cotton to ensure no contact with the panel too much. And at last, I will also pray how we fix this in our labs. So you can find that before we shade the pie line, and the noise is very significant, right? And the countermeasure is just we shade the pie line to make it no contact with the panel, or no contact with the soundproof cotton too much. And the next we'll go to the compressor high frequency noise. First, I will play a normal noise for your reference, just like this. And then abnormal noise. So you will find that there is some the noise is very high, right? And first you need to check whether this compressor fix, whether it is deformated or not dismantled from the transportation state. And the next is the resonance, and the first two, which is the resonance with the panels and resonance with the soundproof cotton and the pie line, is the same as the low frequency, so we can skip it. So we have the third one, which is resonance with the air discharge gill and the panel. And also before that, I will also show you a video. You can find it is very noise, and especially something like the fan and also the air discharge, right? And for this one, the problem is here. Also here we make the resonance. Also the countermeasures for the third point is find out the unacceptable compressor RPM, and then also press by hand to this part whether it can change it or not, to improve it or not. And the countermeasure is to insert hard material on sponge to absorb the vibration to eliminate this noise. Next, we will go to the heating on low band noise. This is on the outdoor unit. This time, as the VRF is in heating, which means the refrigerant will get expanded at outdoor unit. And here comes out the noise. First, I will play the sample audio, just like this. Can you hear the sharp, sharp, sharp? And that's the refrigerant impact with the EXV body and makes the noise. Basically, it will be covered by the compressor noise. However, if the compressor RPM is not that high, it cannot cover that, and which means it will always come out, especially at the back of the outdoor unit. And when you dismantle the panels, you can see the distributor and also the silencer. It is the most significant. So our countermeasure for this one is to cover with the with these two, the damping gun, or maybe just charge a little bit more refrigerant, or just recharge the refrigerant. And also for this one, it's only occurs in heating, and is significant at the lower side of the outdoor heat exchanger, which is at this part. And this noise, it cannot pass through the wall. So which means if your installation is good, especially there is a wall just behind the outdoor unit, it will not get to the users. And next we will go to the installation again. So, and this is the noise when you due to the poor installation. And for this one, if you install the outdoor unit just here, and actually here is the balance is too close to the bedroom. You can also find it. Here is the back, here is the balcony, and especially this glass is only single layer, which means it cannot soundproof. It will deteriorate the noise. And also during the installation, if it is available, please don't install the outdoor unit close to the bedroom window or close to the area where the customer comes service. Or for this case, you can just change the glass from single to double layer for the soundproof, and also ensure no gap, so the heating low band noise cannot get through it.
That's all for this presentation. If you still have any other question to ask or to discuss or any suggestion, please feel free to contact me on my personal email address.